William, isn't this a wonderful bonsai selection? We're at Sagawa's Nursery in Woodland, Washington, and they have one of the Northwest's best bonsai selection.
It really is lovely. And you know, bonsai is the fine art of, really, it's the first containerized gardening that there was. And it's about taking a plant that in nature would get to be a huge, you know, full-size plant, shrinking it down into a pot. And you know, the wonderful thing about bonsai is that's something you can do on a patio or a small space. Even if you have a large garden and you might not want to maintain it, this is a much easier way to go.
Right. And there's certain steps to do, and at Sagawa's they have all the equipment to get you started. And I think one of the basics is you want to have bonsai soil, because you need really good, quick draining soil, because those roots are going to be in a really small container.
And you know, you would start, if you don't want to buy a pre-made bonsai and you want to venture into starting your own, they have certainly all the starts for it. One of the first things you would do is take out the plant from the pot and soak it in water for about an hour to get it really, really wet. And there's a reason why we're doing that, isn't there, Judy?
Right, because we're going to be teasing them out, because for bonsai you are going to be dwarfing it, so you're going to be teasing it out and then cutting probably more than half of those roots off, because you're going to be putting them in these shallow containers. And these wires here are affixed there because you're going to be wiring down that root ball, because it's going to be top heavy before it grows out and fills out that pot.
Yeah, and bonsai traditionally do have a pretty heavy top anyway, so as they grow you can change the pots up. And while we're thinking about the plants, you know, you can take a wide selection of plants.
Very much.
Now the general idea is that you want to go with plants with smaller leaves because they look better as they get older. However, you can do large leaves plants too. They just take a little more effort. You can do tropical plants like this wonderful Ming Jade here, and those you would have to bring in the winter, or you can do ones like the juniper that are outside, you can leave outside all year long.
Right. Well, I like even the Japanese maples, because you get that effect just like in a regular forest or a regular tree in your yard. It'll drop its leaves.
It's true, they're beautiful.
And it'll be sticks for the winter time, but then it leaves out again in the spring, and that's really cool.
It's really nice. And you know, there's a lot of different tools. Once you get the root ball teased, you get it in the pot, then you have to think about how you want to do the top of the plant. Now the top of the plant, there's a lot of different styles, and you can certainly do some research on yourself or go to different nurseries, especially Sagawa's, and find out, you know, how they do form those. But they have this wire that you actually wrap around the limbs to form the limbs so they even look more natural as they do in nature itself.
Yeah, and sometimes you can bend them down and really make them very interesting.
A lovely waterfall one.
Right.
And they have special tools, which you have there, Judy.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these pruners and these scissors, they're really, really sharp, so you have to be really careful, but you're doing such intricate cuts and tight cuts that you really need to have good tools for that. William, so I think all the viewers can come out to Sagawa's anytime, but especially during La Tour de Plants.
That's right, and remember, they do have this special bonsai class from 1 to 3 on both Saturdays of La Tour, so be sure and run up there if you want to get more information, or you can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to their website.